Walgreens Boot Alliance disappoints on earnings and outlook. Hi, I'm Chris Johnson with Money Morning. I'm going to break this news report down for you this morning and how you can trade the stock. So, the company comes out and disappoints. First of all, revenue was a little heavier than last quarter, so the money coming in on the top line was good, but the earnings bottom line here, earnings per share, was worse than expected, coming in at $1 compared to analyst expectations of $1.07. 7 cents isn't that bad when you look at it, but the perspective is looking forward that you need to worry about with Walgreens Boot Alliance. By the way, the ticker symbol is WBA. I've got a chart of it right here. We'll talk about the chart in just a second. Forward looking, the company issued guidance that said that they're going to expect disappointing or at least lower expectations of what the market has right now, as growth is going to be a little lower on revenue and they're worried about those margins. That's why the earnings per share missed this quarter, even though revenue is higher. When you look at that, the company is doing a few things to address that. First of all, they're going out and taking care of a little bit of debt or putting together a program to take care of debt. Higher interest rates have been a burden on companies, as we've seen the Fed jack interest rates higher. That comes down into new debt or higher debt as companies roll that debt forward. Remember, this is a retailer, so they require a lot of inventory, and that requires quite a bit of what they refer to as revolving debt. A little bit of a higher interest rate, that's part of what is crushing that earnings per share number down. The other thing, the company is looking to target a little bit more inventory reduction, and they're also going to try to get that inventory moving faster. You and I both know when you go to Walgreens, you're going to see a lot of things besides health and beauty products. Frisbees, beach blankets, things like that. Perhaps we're going to see those start to go off the shelf. Remember, if it's not moving quickly, it's not great for a retailer. I've got another chart that I want you to look at because I'm talking about the retailer quite a bit, and that is the relative strength of Walgreens against the retail sector. So in other words, I'm comparing the performance on a price basis against all 84 other retail companies out there. Those are your Abercrombie and Fitches, Target, Walmart, Kroger. The company has been one of those relative strength laggards. In other words, it has been really, let's say, in the back seat in terms of performance against the other retail companies. This is a sign of a company that you typically want to avoid unless you see a long-term bottom in the stock. Speaking of long-term bottoms, I'm going to go to the chart right now and start to look at whether we can see technically any indication that Walgreens Boot Alliance is heading towards one of those long-term buying opportunities. And from this view, the answer is no. This green line is a 50-day moving average. It is one of those indicators I watch all the time on every stock that I own. Why? Because it is a simple way to tell if the trend is your friend. You see a downward trend like this, and this is not trend friendly. We just saw the Walgreens Boot Alliance opened up well below the 30 level, underneath $29. That also brings out another problem on this chart, and that is the $30 level. Walgreens Boot Alliance, actually, if you look back to the monthly chart, so we're going way back and looking at before the pandemic, well before the pandemic, back to 2012, the stock has not seen these levels since then. It's following the same pattern as another in the space, and that is CVS Health. Both of them engaged in the same business line, both of them very similar operations. So they've got their own in-house medical services, etc. In this case, I look at CVS and see that it's trading down around that 65 level. Another indication of a company that is in technical and fundamental problem. So boiling this down, I've gone all over the place for you. Walgreens Boot Alliance, is it a buy as we see a big dip today? And my answer is no. What I'll expect to see over the next few days is the stock will see some buyers come in, but the average target price right now from the analyst community is $38.50. With the stock opening below $30, a psychologically important level for it, I expect to see a little bit of buying that may bring it up to that level, and then a reversal over the next 4 to 6 weeks. So my intermediate term outlook for Walgreens Boot Alliance, ticker symbol WBA, bearish, as well as my long term. I'm going to target again a rollover or resistance at that 30 level and expect that $25 is the next price target for this retailer. That's it for now. Make sure that you like and subscribe the video so you'll receive more as we give you the opportunities on Wall Street at Money Morning.